Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making some Easter tags for the gifts for my nephew and nieces. I'm using the new Meadow Borders die cuts from the Lawn Fawn release, and I've used both of them here. I'm also using the second rectangle from the large stitched rectangle set from Lawn Fawn. And I went ahead and cut out 3 of those. So I've got 3 of these stitched rectangle in a really nice pale blue sky color, and then I did 2 of the straighter meadow borders, or sorry, 1 of the straight meadow borders and then 2 of the hill ones, and I just used some glue tape to put those on my card. I actually didn't do anything fancy for the edges here, I just kind of trimmed off the edges. Then I went ahead and did some 4-inch banners. So I just cut out, this was a scrap that I had, a really pretty pattern on this one. And I'm going to use the white side actually rather than the green. I kind of, or maybe I'll use the green, we'll see what I do in the end. But there's this one, and then for my nieces I did these 2 little pink ones, and I used the scissors that I have, they're called Scallop. And I used that scallop scissor to create the edge on these ones. Now if you hear a little jingle or some purring in the background, I do have my trusty crafting cat sidekick sitting on the chair with me. So again, if there's any noises, that's my cat Prudence. Now the next thing that I needed was some bunnies for my Easter card. Now I actually don't have any Easter sets, so I grabbed the sets that I have that have bunnies in them. So I actually had 4 different stamp sets that had bunnies in them. There is this one from Simon Says Stamp with a little birthday bunny. And this one is the baby party animals set. I also have this super cute one called Woodland Friends from Penny Black with the 2 little bunnies. The Knit Happens with Sprinkles the bunny. That one's really cute. I'm going to use this one for another card. That will be the next video. So if you want to see that one, definitely hit that subscribe button. And then finally, this is the one that I decided to use. This is called Snow Day from Lawn Fawn, and I love this set. It's so versatile. It has a cute little bow here. It's got the 3 little bunnies. I love the music notes in it. Yeah, just a great all-around set. It's a good Valentine's Day set. It's a good Christmas set. It's a good birthday set. I really love this set. This is actually the 2nd stamp set that I ever purchased. And I know it's a bit older, but I think you can still get it on a lot of websites. So I stamped out the 3 little bunnies on the Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock, and I did color them in. I used a distress ink. I took my gray distress ink in pumice stone, and I stamped it out on one of my acrylic blocks, and then I used, this is a paintbrush, with water in it here. So I just used the water brush to color in the little bunnies, and then I grabbed my Tombow dual brush pen, and this one's from the Jelly Bean collection, and I just took this peachy color, which is 873, and I used the peach color to color in the little bunnies' ears. I then let them dry completely, but I decided they were slightly darker than I wanted them to be, and I wanted them to look more fluffy. So I actually grabbed a white colored pencil, and this is from a random set that I have. Actually, my little sister must have bought this at a yard sale when we were younger for $3, which is a really great price for really nice fine art pastel pencils. But yeah, so it's a set of 12 artist pastel pencils that I have, and I just grabbed the white one. So this is from Create a Color, and I have no idea if you can get this one anymore because, like I said, I've had this one in our family for a really long time. My mom just brought me a big box of art stuff that was in her house last time she came up to visit me. So anyway, this is the white one, and I just used this to kind of color over top of it in little swirl motions just to give it a little bit of texture. And then of course I colored in their little white tails. And then finally I took a black gel pen just to do some definition on their eyes because that had got kind of faded. So now I've got the 3 little bunnies to cut out. And when I was redoing my craft room, for some reason I put my detail scissors somewhere that I cannot find. So I went to Michael's and I picked up this EK Tools this is small precision scissors. So I'm going to be opening these up and trying them for the first time today, and I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out these 3 little bunnies. Alright, so I've got my little bunnies all cut out. I really like these detail scissors, so if you're looking for a new pair, I definitely like these ones. Now that I've got my 3 little bunnies here, I haven't put them on yet. I think I'm going to pop them out, but I have to see how everything looks. I'm going to take a piece of the Canson watercolor paper, and I'm going to take my watercolor pencils, and I'm going to just scribble some color onto here, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my water brush. So I'll be using the same one as before. Let me grab that. So just this fine tip water brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just create some color, a wash of color on here, so that I can cut out some little Easter eggs to pop into the grass. So I think I'm going to stick with a simple color palette with the greens, blues, and some purples. Now I'm just actually scribbling them onto the paper, and I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way down with the colors. And I did it in a way so that I know that they would easily run into each other. And once I use my water brush, it instantly activates the watercolor. And I'm just going to color all the way down and just kind of blend those colors together as I go. This is a really, really easy watercolor technique because you already have it all laid out, and you already have it in a way that they're going to blend really well together because they're complementary beside each other, and all you have to do is just add a little bit of water. So I find these super easy. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit that with my heat tool so I don't have to wait for it to dry. And now you're left with a really pretty watercolor wash that's all dry. Now again, I don't have an Easter set, so I wanted to be a bit resourceful, so I grabbed my Baked with Love set, and I have the little cupcake here, and I'm going to use the cupcake to die cut out the patterns here that I'd like, so I can pop the top part right in the grass so it'll look like it's an actual Easter egg die. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out a whole bunch of these with my Cuttlebug. So when I'm doing my cut, I stack my A plate, then I put my B plate on top. You can see that's where all the cuts are. Then I lay down the paper I'm cutting out of. Then I take my die that I'm cutting and I put it down where I'd like to have it, tape it with a little piece of washi, and then I put my C plate over top to run it through. So we've got, yeah, A, B, paper, die, C. And then you just run it through. And when it comes out the other side, you've got a perfectly cut little die, and you just pull off the washi. I always reuse this, so I just keep the little piece of washi there. And then I'll move on to cut the next one. And I think that looks really cute. So now I've got lots of options with my little punched out cupcake eggs. So I think 3 per card is going to look pretty cute. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue behind these and pop up the little bunnies just with some 3D foam tape. So I basically just pushed them into place behind the grass because I just have adhesive along the bottom here. And then I put some multimedia mat right in behind the eggs once I got them into the place I wanted. And there's the 3D foam tape on my little bunny. And then with the black Sharpie, I just put my niece's name on the banner, and I'm going to use some more 3D foam tape just to pop that up. And there is the first little Easter tag all done. So here are the 3 tags all done. We have those little bunnies popped up 3D as well as the names, and then those nice pastel watercolored eggs tucked behind the grass. I hope you enjoyed this little tag share, and I hope you have a great Easter.